Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and are you ready for the November newsletter? We're out here in the garage with Mike's 66 Chevelle in the background, and I've done just about all you can do to get this car ready for the McCacken show in Chicago in mid-November. So, Mike and Larry have been busy looking at other Chevelles. I think they're lining up more projects for me, which is fine and dandy because I need a lot of material for the newsletter. So it's easy for me to walk out in the garage and shoot a video here and there. Hey, if it's easy for me to do, it's easy for you to do too. So always looking for additional video to put in the newsletter. Send me pictures, send me video, send me a little something about your car, and I'll put it in the newsletter too. So here.
Hey, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club fans, peeps, and all the ships at sea, what's happening? Joe Desmond here, your president. I'm out here. We're doing some garage visits. Check this garage out. Fan that over there, Colleen. Look at this garage. We're going to see if you can figure out where we're at. We're going to give you a couple of seconds to figure it out. Take a look at some of the memorabilia in here. Over here, Colin, this cabinet here, but don't go that way. Go around the other way. Go around. Check out some of the memorabilia over here. Look at all these toys. Look at all this. Look at all the toys. No, we're not in Meldrum's Monster Garage. Check it out. Here we are down in Canton, Georgia with John Padgette. John Padgette, as you all know, big supporter of the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. He's been coming to the show since our first year in Hudson. Missed last year because he did the power tour, which we excused him for that. That's okay. So I came down here. He found me a van, a 69 Chevy van, came down to pick it up. So we figured we'd do a little garage tour while we're down here. It's something that I'm kind of kicking around doing. We're going to start stopping at people's garages and checking out what they have going on. So as you can see in the background, John's into his C10 pickups. I brought one down here, a parts truck. He's going to LS the orange one, or is that red?
It's medium red, but it's orange.
Medium red orange. He's going to LS that. So Jeff Thompson, if you're not busy, why don't you come down here for a week and help John LS it since you know what you're doing. So he's got an LS. Donor is a Avalanche. The one next to it, John's been chasing that for how many years?
25 years.
25 years John's been chasing this, and he finally got it. Beautiful step-side truck. Got the right patina. Original 6-cylinder truck. John's getting it back on the road. In the corner back there is John's Trans Am. Actually, it was Jones, right?
Yep.
Jones Trans Am. If any of you Pontiac guys out there, I know there's a lot of Chevelle guys that have Pontiacs. If you're interested, get a hold of John. He's giving this thing away. You got to call him. He's giving it away. Great deal. Original Southern car, no rust. And here's this beautiful El Camino that came to our first show. He drove this on the power tour last year. A couple overheating issues, which everybody has on the power tour, but he's got that straightened out. So he will be at our show this year, right, John?
I plan to.
He plans on it. And if you guys don't know, the power tour route was just released. It's ending in Norwalk, Ohio at Summit Raceway Park. Starting in Charlotte, ending in Summit. So if you guys are on the fence, we got a group of us that are going, so keep us informed. John, nice to see you.
You as well.
Look at this. This is our buddy John. He finds us all the cool cars and trucks down here in the South. If you guys are looking for something, hit John up on Facebook. He'll find it for you. That's what he does. That's his hobby, right? Mm-hmm. And you love the C10 trucks.
I do.
He loves the C10 trucks. He's got 1, 2. I dropped one off 3. Another one sitting out there 4. You have any more? You have another one in the shed 5.
I've got another one in Jasper, which is a couple of towns north of 72 ton
wow.
flatbed.
Boy, he's got the C10. So I know Gargoyle Garage is looking at a C10. He's got one for sale.
I'm looking at 2 others if I can talk the guy into selling them.
There you go. So if you guys are into C10s or anything like that, let John know. He found me the Scooby van that I had told you a couple years ago. I was looking for one. He found me one.
It was
great
longer
deal.
than that ago.
In the wagon.
And he found me my 68 Chevelle wagon, which all you guys have seen, which is going through a little bit of a transplant, so to speak. So we're down here in Canton, Georgia. We're going to visit with John. We're going to go to dinner tonight. Just wanted you guys to check out his garage, and we will all see you guys. Don't forget, Christmas party, December 8th. I'm going to try and talk John into coming up for that. Adult only. So everybody have a great November. We'll see ya.
From the Mind of Jeff by Jeff Thompson.
Hello, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. This is your old pal, Jeff Thompson, and this is From the Mind of Jeff. I'm telling you what, I'm at 14,188 feet just for you. And if I can climb this thing, and I mean climb it, I climb these rocks up here. Didn't bring the Chevelle, but there is a spot for you, Chevelle. Make sure that you come to the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club this coming August. I will be there, you be there. Go to great lengths. I've gone to great lengths to climb this for you. Be there at the Holiday Inn, Strongsville, Ohio in August. See ya.
VP report by Gerry Lorkowski.
Hey everybody, VP Gerry here with our November birthdays and anniversaries. On the 1st, we have Richard Doyle and Bill Doyle. On the 7th, we have Karen Taylor. On the 13th, we have Pamela Angelo. On the 16th, we have Bruce Dennison, Harold Kuehl, and Sean McElroy. On the 18th, we have Tracy Ryder. On the 20th, we have Rita Bruce and Mike Ely. On the 23rd, we have Kim Woohoo Fisher. 24th, we have Bob Mills and Bob Terry. And on the 29th, we have Barb Gula. Not a whole lot of birthdays for the month of November. Our November anniversaries are on the 2nd, we have Mike and Pamela Angelo. On the 6th, we have Grant and Sue Geist. And on the 18th, we have Dave and Judy Kyle. So all of us here would like to wish all of you a happy birthday and a happy anniversary. From my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great day. And until next month, we'll see you. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Gang, if you don't hear your name called for your birthday or anniversary, you may want to check with Ken Smith and update your records, because Ken does a great job on our databases, and if you don't hear it, it's because I don't have it. Anyway, have a great month. We'll see you next month. See you.
Well, we got a Chevelle distress order today, so we ran down to the corner and picked up Bob and his double turbo whammer jammer with the alternator that's not doing so well, so we got to charge him back up. Of course, Uncle Larry just got here, so we know we'll get it fixed now. Cross your fingers, we got to get him home tonight. Well, we got her on. I hope she stays running for his ride home. So October was certainly an interesting month. We met up with Arvid from Hot Rod Muscle Car Review magazine. And he's from Chicago, and he came out here to Ohio to shoot pictures of Larry's car primarily. And of course, my car, the Bounty Hunter, was in the background. It was just an awesome day. It took several weeks to set this up because we had to deal with weather. And of course, we had to get the lighting just right. So that's why it was done just around sunset. But we just had a great time, and I hope you look forward to seeing a story in Muscle Car Review within sometime this next year featuring Larry's car. Well, here we are, Monday afternoon. We're shooting photos of Larry's car, having all sorts of fun on the set. There's Larry on the set. Sun's going down. The shadows are going away. Starting to look nice. Got the Bounty Hunter sitting over here. Gonna get some shots with that in the background probably. But the main focus right now is getting photos of Larry's car. And I've been waiting for a long time for the sun to get in the right position. This has been very interesting watching Arvid work here.
Okay, Mark, could you
and we're just finishing up with the photo shoot because, as you can see, the sun is going down. And we got our fan club up here. Chris and Mike decided to stop up and see what was going on. The 66 Club. Uh-oh, we're grabbing the ladder again. Larry's got to go help out. This has been quite an afternoon of photography. and the sun is slowly slipping away. Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and look how clean and clear this windshield is. Woo! You can almost stick your hand right through it. Oh, wait a minute. You can stick your hand through it. The windshield's gone. Oh, thank goodness we got a brand new windshield sitting right over here. And we got a young man, Matt, coming over to help us out with this 66 Chevelle tonight. And we're going to replace the front windshield and the back windshield. See ya. Well, we couldn't get Matt on camera installing the windshield, but he certainly did a nice job. We did it the old school way, and it just looks fantastic from Auto City Glass. It's all date coded, properly stamped, looks fantastic. I want to thank Paul Clark from Clark Restoration for coming out and taking all the trim off so we didn't screw that up too. There you go. Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and we're here in Mike's garage, and look what they brought back from Tennessee. A beautiful 1967 race car. And I'm telling you, this isn't any old race car. Look at it. Look at that. I qualified for the World Nationals in 1986 in Bristol, Tennessee. Mike, did he win? Did he win, Mike?
Yeah, he won.
He won. He won that year. So this is an actual cool barn find that they went down to Tennessee and found. They brought it back. We've been watching it dry. Actually came back on the trailer, open trailer. And unfortunately, you can see there's no motor in here.
It's in the truck.
But the motor is in the truck. The original motor's in the truck. And I'm sure it needs a complete rebuild. But it's pretty cool. Car was built in Atlanta. And they actually talked to an Atlanta production line worker while they were down in Tennessee. He was
bought this car in 1978.
They bought it in 78 from this guy.
Again? Mac worked in Atlanta in a paint department in 1966, and I just asked him about the black between the taillights of a 66. What did you say?
No black in 66.
In 67, he says yes.
Absolutely, huh? What other secrets you got for us?
No, he's a good old boy. He worked in Parma with me.
This car here, I work with the guy, his wife, and I can tell you if it was run in Atlanta. I believe it was. But his wife, the woman drove this car up until I got it.
When'd you get it?
What year was it, John?
I bought it in 80. You
Okay.
got it in
Year before that, or
8,
two?
79.
Oh, so you bought the car first.
Yeah,
You brought it from Atlanta while you was working down there.
yeah. I painted
What'd you
it,
hide a bunch of stuff in the trunk?
Yeah. And he was wanting to buy it back after I got it fixed up. Looked halfway decent. And John, he wanted it, so that's where it was going, back down the road. So that's the end of that. But I can tell you if it's made in
Yeah, I
Atlanta.
can too. I didn't pay attention.
What year did you buy it?
Probably 79, he said.
79?
78 or 79. I don't remember how long.
So if we're successful at buying this thing, we're going to be the third owner.
On paper, you'll be the second. Yeah, you'll be the third owner on paper. Yes.
Yeah. You think you're in the damn Ohio? You ain't in Ohio.
I went from the original owners to me.
Now for
It's on the. I think it's on the.
on trim plate.
Yeah, it's an Atlanta car.
I didn't.
Where did they put the build sheets on them cars in Atlanta?
The what?
The build sheet.
Under the back seat, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
I think it may be back under there. I don't have it, and I know it was there. Do you remember it?
They put me driving these son of a bitches off of the line, and they made a 396,
375.
375 with a 700 carburetor on it.
780, yeah.
And this cocksucker I was working for, he says, "Guys, you gonna run over somebody and kill him?" Well, my leg was all fucked up. They wrapped it up. You know how General Motors do, give you that GM shit?
Oh, no, I know.
How to knock your ass out. Well, this guy coming out of the plant on a forklift, and boy, I was on this guy's ice. I was pushing him down through there. There's about 5 of us driving. And he says, I got back, he says, the guy that's on that forklift called in on you, said you're just crazy. And I said, yeah, you gotta be goddamn crazy to work at GM. ain't nobody stays if they ain't crazy. They gotta be goddamn crazy. He says, sorted back off of it a little bit, says, God damn, you're burning the rubber off of these cars when you take off. And I was in this big old 4-speed, that son of a bitch, it was hitting about a 4.4 lick, and it was really sounding good. They just put like 3 gallons of gas in the son of a bitch just to get them to hear where they was going. Boy, this old boy, I'd give him time to get about a fourth from here up there to my house. And I pulled out of that fucking, turned left. I hit that goddamn thing, and that son of a bitch jumped sideways, and I just nailed that fucker. I went down through there and just skidded. Them fuckers was running between racks and everything. I'll take your ass off this car. I said, I didn't want to damn work, no damn work. That's too much fucking work. Goddamn van, it cold with the doors off of it. We're hauling 5 fucking people back up, and we get up there and 10 cars are waiting on us to be shipped.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you I'd get him down here.
I enjoy that, boy, I tell you. It's special, you know. You remember when you had to wear little badges. There's a red one for, what was it? Green for day shift, or was it blue for day shift?
Blue.
Blue for day shift, red for second shift, and green for third shift. And the shift, it was a shift on there, which would have been red on day shift.
Oh, that's one of the colors on a dry shift, a shift color?
Yeah.
5 years, so you lived up there somewhere?
Yeah, I live around 150th Street.
What, did you move your whole family up there?
No.
Just yourself?
No.
You had an apartment down there?
I had a house.
You had a house on 150th?
Well, you rented one or bought one?
Rented? Shit, no. I wouldn't buy no damn house up there.
Why not?
In Cleveland?
I got 5 of them.
You went to work up there. Went to work up there.
I don't have a fucking clap up on the house in Cleveland.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's been painted. It was Marina Blue originally. I'll look at the tags and check it all out and get you some more reporting on it. But it's a solid car. You can see it was really drag raced. The trunk has got some treasures in here. Like, for instance, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a radiator down there with a finger guard right there. There's the original distributor for it.
Original valve covers.
Original valve covers. Look at that. So all sorts of goodies in this trunk. Even a T3 headlight that Mike owes me, by the way. I'll come around here. It's been sitting inside a garage, but I tell you, it looks like it sat outside for quite a while. I see a bunch of what do you want to call it? Moss. Same thing we saw on the Bounty Hunter.
It was put in this garage in 1989.
Really?
We raced it, and it never left the garage. It was built brand new. I think
Wow.
he did put a moisture barrier underneath the concrete. But he sat in that garage from 1989 until we pulled this car out of there yesterday.
Wow.
I promise you that. He's
Bench seat car, turbo 400. Can get in here, and I'll show you that it actually has, see there? Low 1, low 2, dry. So that's how we can tell it's a turbo 400 car. SS car. Lots of stuff in here. It's pretty dirty. Oh my gosh, look at this. NOS stuff. Oh! But it's quite a treasure. And we're sitting here debating on what to do with it. I'm sure you guys will weigh in and have all sorts of opinions too. But we'll come up with something. All right, we're sitting in the editing room, finishing up the newsletter. I hope you have enjoyed everything up to this point. After this, Everything you'll see has already been posted on Facebook. So if you choose to, you can stop watching right now. Or if you want to recap what you saw on Facebook, you can do that too. Wow, what a newsletter we had for you. Joe going all the way down to Canton, Georgia to meet up with John Padgett and get a great garage tour. It was great to see John down there, and Joe brought back a Scooby-Doo van, so who knows what he's going to do with that. Mike and Larry going down to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, meeting up with those guys the one guy used to work for GM. Wow, were those some stories? You're not going to hear those stories from any other newsletter. I tell you, we're bringing you some quality stuff this month. And don't forget, we got registration forms out there. Kenny's been receiving these by the truckload. Wow, I'm really impressed with everybody getting their registrations in as soon as possible, because we know we're going to fill up that lot, and a lot of them are going to be 1969 Chevelles. We need sponsors. Don't forget, we also emailed out all the sponsor things, and I'll include it with this email also. Expect all you members to help us get sponsors. Some easy things to do would be to go get a business card size ad. And speaking of business cards, I went ahead and printed these up, so now we have a business card for the show. They're great to hand out, so if you see me at the club meeting, certainly hit me up and I'll give you some of these cards. And then last but not least, we also have application for vendor spots. And I tell you, we really filled up the vendor spots last year, and we'll probably sell out this year with vendor spots too, so get those in early too. So there you go. Have a great month. See ya. Okay. Thanks for sticking around to watch the rest of the newsletter. Like I said, there's some great stories coming up here. I've been working hard on getting Mike's car ready for the MCACN show, so you're going to see a little bit more about Mike's 1966 Chevelle. And I don't know what else I've posted on Facebook, so here we go. Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. We're out here in the garage, and in a second I'm going to talk about some tire tech and wheel tech here. But let me just recap the week at the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and just my own personal Chevelle experiences this week was just fantastic. On Monday, we worked with Arvid Svensson from Muscle Car Review magazine. He came in from Chicago, and he shot pictures of the original Bounty Hunter, and of course the Bounty Hunter that I did as a recreation. Larry and I had a fabulous time with Arvid, and I think he's going to do a great story on the car and the story behind it. So look forward to that in an issue of Muscle Car Review. Other things that are going on this week, we been working on the 66 Chevelle for Mike Ely, getting it ready for the Muscle Car Show in Chicago. This week we had the front glass and the rear glass replaced on it. So now we've got a properly date-coated glass, and it doesn't have any scratches or anything like that. We worked with Auto City Glass to get that manufactured and shipped out. What a nice job they did. Shipped it out in less than a week. And then we worked with one of our new guys in the Chevelle Club. Matt came over and helped me install this. It was really a good experience for him and me, of course. The other thing that came in this week was the new tires, bias ply tires from Coker Tire. Hey, maybe we can get them to sponsor the show. But they're Firestone bias ply tires. And you notice I have them painted in black. And there's a clue. We're going to put a special mag wheel cover on there that Larry and I are restoring a whole set of those right now, and we'll give you all the tech tips on that. We learned quite a bit before we purchased a set, and we'll give you some tips and tricks on how to restore those. But you know, you saw this car originally with the with these tires, and they're cool and everything, but just to let you know, they're probably off of a later model S10, and the reason we can tell that is if you count the humps here, here's your little tech tip here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Later models had, you know, like the S10, had 4 of these things. And they work just as good. They hold the hubcap on very nicely. These are nice Coker tires. They're radial tires, so they are very nice to go down the road. But for the show, we wanted to have the bias ply tires. And I'm going to look. This is the This is the original tire, okay? And as you can see, it had 1, 2, 3 bumps here, okay? So this is a proper wheel for 1966. This tire happens to be a Uniroyal Laredo. Now, I would like some help on decoding what this tire is. I don't know if it's the original tire. It is cracked. It is bias ply. You can see the tread on it. There is a code on the back here that I don't recognize as a modern day date code for a tire. 2649LZ. Usually on tire date codes, the last 2 numbers are the year of the tire, and then the 2 numbers before that are the week it was manufactured. So, and then it has some other numbers in front of that for manufacturing. But this ends with a LZ, so I'm not quite sure what that means. So anybody out there that can help me date code the tire, that will be cool. I'd be interested to know if that's an original tire for this car. Okay, so other things that happened this week. Obviously, you saw me in my crazy videos. We did I put my afro on and I introduced the 1969 theme for our show this year. We're shooting for the summer of 1969. Joe likes to call it Chevelle Stock 2 because we had a Chevelle Stock show a few years ago, in 2012 to be exact. And I was going through my old reels, and Dave Hamilton caught me. You know, I shot all that film in 2012, and now I'm just kind of remixing it and using it for this year's show. So I made a lot of fun videos wearing that afro, and you'll get to see those as we move along getting ready for the show. Kenny Smith did a great job of getting, I had it here somewhere, he got the, he got the registration form ready, he got sponsor forms ready, he got swap meets forms ready, so we're all set. We can start advertising for the show as quickly as possible and get that lot filled up at the Holiday Inn in Strongsville with 200 Chevelles as soon as possible. Please send your registration in. I know everybody is like, oh, I got to get my hotel reserved. I got to go get my hotel reserved. But that doesn't help the Northern Ohio Chevelle Club. That helps the hotel, and well, of course it gives you a spot to stay. But what really helps the Chevelle Club is get your registration in as soon as possible. So then we know how to plan out the show field, how to plan the money we're going to spend for the show. And it just makes things so much easier when you have a little revenue stream to get these shows planned. It's not easy. It takes a lot of sponsors. Got my Car Parts Warehouse hat on. Don Sitz helps us out quite a bit. And it takes a lot of advertising to get this done. It's a lot of work. And let me tell you, out of the 150 or so members we have, there's only a handful of people that actually put this show on. We're donating our time. We're donating our creativity. So please support us on bringing this Chevelle family together and benefiting Toys for Tots. So there you go. There's my little spiel. Today you get a little tech. You get a little what's going on this week. And you get a little bit about the show back behind the scenes. So have a good week. We'll see you out in the garage. See ya!
You wanna play, you wanna stay, you wanna have it all. You started messing with my head until I hit a wall. Maybe I should.
Hey, Mark Meldrum, Northern Ohio Chevelle Club, and we're here at Gear Star Transmissions. And look what's behind me, a 1966 Chevelle. I think it's Ferg's. This is the first time I saw it, so it's pretty cool. But we're going to go inside and learn how to make transmissions tonight. Here we go.
The original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in a direct line with the panometric fam.
Well, maybe the guys at Gear Star aren't that sophisticated, but I want to tell you we had a real good time out at the shop in Akron. They gave us a great tour and a great explanation on how transmissions are built and tested fully. This is a quality product. It costs more, but it's going to last a lifetime.
We take all the information. What kind of car is it? What year? What's the rear gear ratio? Rear tire height? Most importantly, how much power is it making? How are you driving the car? And where do you shift it at? Wide open throttle. What RPM? Then we'll take that order, we generate it, we put it on the new one that we have now. You download the app, and you go through 4 steps, and it's quite literally on your iPhone or your Samsung, and you can drive down the road. Hopefully, you're in the passenger seat, and you're looking at your phone, and you can dial in. You want it to shift a little bit harder, you can bump up the pressure on it. You have 2 modes. You have it's called a sport mode. I call that wife and car mode, and then you have a pro mode, buddy and car mode. So you can quite literally have 2 different modes with the same transmission. Gerry and I had a chance to do that with Rob Sitz's Camaro about a month ago. He was complaining the transmission he was complaining it had a bump on the downshift. Don said it has a bump on the upshift. It's a 502 with 585 foot-pounds of torque in a 68 Camaro. So Gerry and I went for a drive. I drove and Gerry had the phone and he was programming. He's like, man, this thing shifts perfect. And that's the downside to it, is you really can't have a soft shifting transmission behind the big motor. Not if you want it to live. Because anytime you're not feeling the shift, you're slipping the transmission. That's how they achieve that. So really, the harder it hits, the better it is for the transmission. But that new phone, until you drive it and you're in it, it's indescribable. Because that was the first time I had a chance to do it. And I would say, bump up the pressure a little bit. It was really something else. This is Larry's baby over here. Okay, basically he does all the ones on it. This dyno for the most part, Ron runs electronics on it.
Goes through each gear and tests all the pressures.
So we're saying this motorized transmission tester is good for about 4,500 RPM. The headers were custom built here right at Gear Star. So the last one we looked at was the electric one, and now we got the motor one.
Over here, I'm just simulating the TV cable. Changing the prices.
Good, man. Thank you.
327.
Nice.
love those 66s.
I want to thank the guys out at Gear Star for having us out. The Northern Ohio Chevelle Club had a great meeting out there, and they showed us a lot about automatic transmissions. I'll tell you what, Finnegan and Freiberger from Roadkill, that TV show, they get all their transmissions from this place, and this one was being shipped out to them. See ya!